So I know we're pretty much out of time, but I wanted to take a moment to talk about Prime Day. Prime Day is coming up. We know it's going to be in July. They announced that, but we have no idea what date. We're guessing second week of July is probably best bet. They're going to probably do it over the 4th of July weekend, but week after. So what should people be thinking about? Just in a few minutes, what are the things that people need to be thinking about on strategy and preparation?
Ad spend, big thing. You've got to decide how important Prime Day is to you, to decide what are you going to do with your ad spend. Are you going to increase it? Be strategic about it. Know why you want to do it. Don't just look at the short term. I'm going to sell 50% more during Prime Day. Is it going to give you an organic boost for it? If it's not, is it really worth it? To you, because more than likely you are going to increase your sales, but you're not going to do it profitably. And if you don't get that organic rank boost out of it, does it really help? But if it will, then maybe it is worth it there. So look at things like that. Just don't do it just for the sake of doing it and increasing sales that day.
Sure. I like to try to get strategic with keywords. So for example, if there are keywords, you can go into Keyword Tracker and look at your historic, keyword organic rank and look at keywords by your conversion rates. If you've got tools that you can look at, conversion rates off of Amazon through your tool, look at those factors, pick your keywords strategically for your products and look at your ranks. Your rank now, if you're having a good rank, you want to sustain that rank from June to July. And if there's ranks that have dropped off for whatever reason over the last, couple of weeks or so, target a date in June, try to target it about, 20 days out from Prime Day and start pushing those ranks up, start doing things to get your rank up because, I think that's going to be where the impact happens on Prime Day. If they're looking for your product and you're different than your competitors, accentuate your differences and get those ranks up for those keywords that you convert for.
Yep, absolutely. Inventory. Make sure you're getting your inventory shipped in way in advance. I mean, you got to keep in mind your IPI score and don't overstock yourselves and hurt your IPI score, but expect a 30-day receive time. And when they say receive time, from the time it hits their warehouse and it says in your seller account receiving, that doesn't mean tomorrow it is going to be sellable.
And let me tell you, sorry, Robert. I have a client right now that we were low on inventory for various reasons. We sent in inventory back at the beginning of April, and it took 3 weeks for it to be in receiving mode, and then it went to FC transfers, and it's going all over the country, which is great. But there's still some inventory that's it's not available today. So when you're talking, if you go by those numbers, you're already too late to ship in for Prime. So get it in immediately because there's going to be FC transfer. And you know what? Steve, we've said before, do small shipments, and that way it makes it right. It makes it easier for Amazon to divert your shipment to begin with and get it in the inventory. Don't do one large, pallet shipment. So
right, yeah, and kind of bigger picture is decide if your product is really a Prime Day product. Is it going to make a difference? I have clients who have products that they can do all the advertising they want. People aren't looking on Prime Day for that kind of product. It's a lot of Amazon devices. It's a lot of electronics, television, stuff like that. That they're looking for. So, decide if you really think, and if you've been through Prime Day before, just look at past data and see how you've done before to help you make decisions.
Super, super important, because everybody's different. So some clients, we see huge success on Prime Day. Other clients, we see very mediocre success on Prime Day based on what is the category and how impactful will it be for you. And your past history will tell you that. assuming you've executed them the right things. I think that my philosophy is I agree with everything you guys have said. Look, for example, ranking prior to Prime Day is really important because you're doing so prior to all the competition. You're getting better placement. When Prime Day hits, you're already better positioned to take advantage of the sales without having to burst of spend, of advertising, trying to go after those sales, especially advertising that's too broad. It may be way too competitive. So for example, if you're selling, a product that's not really a deal oriented product or not highly sought after in Prime Day, and you have a very broad strategy saying people that bought TVs might also buy my product. Well,
Smart.
TVs are going to be super competitive. Now, all of a sudden, you're spending all your money on this exploratory stuff that is more fringe. So it's not, they're searching for your product. There maybe, let's say you're doing a sponsored brand ad because the customer that bought this is also going to want my product. That could be a really bad strategy to eat up a lot of ad dollars real fast. Also focus on things like coupons and price discounts, where it makes sense. Oftentimes that is better used than advertising. Most of the time I would say clients are more commonly than not disappointed with Prime Day. So you want to, at least last year, you want to make sure that you're being smart about it and not giving away the farm. Like Robert said, don't spite yourself and be unprofitable, just for, some extra unit sales. Be smart about it.
Sure.
Steve,
A lot of really top sellers actually choose to kind of subdue their advertising and such during Prime Day, so that they can allow others to waste their spend and then really hit at different times.
Check your budgets.
Exactly. Well, Steve, you gave a good example there when you said, if it's a product that it's a television and you sell TV stands, maybe Prime Day is not the right day to do your advertising, but 2-3 days, a week later, after Prime Day is the time. A TV stand may not be the right example, but an accessory item that people don't realize they need, like an HDMI cable, might be a right thing to do some heavy advertising 2 or 3 days after.
Also, too, if it makes sense, I know you mentioned price, Steve. A lot of times we will have our customers do the list price and the sale price to get that slash through pricing, if your category allows it, right?
Yeah.
But but last year I had some clients that we around this time slowly stair-stepped our price up, and then a day before Prime Day put the sale price on it to get the slash through. We tested it, make sure it would work, and then executed it with the file day before Prime Day. And so we had the list and the sale price, and that was really successful. Then we added a coupon on top of that, a small coupon, but that makes it look a lot more attractive when a customer is looking at your detail page.
Exactly. That's, in my opinion, whether you're deal oriented. This is another mistake people make, is they say, well, my product is coffee. People aren't looking for coffee on, as a deal, right? But the customers that go looking for a deal may also search for your product because it's like, oh, I need to buy some more coffee or vitamin supplements, whatever it is. Now you've got to make sure that your product's well positioned to take advantage of just the higher amount of traffic of people that are making a purchase and thinking about something else they want or need at the same time. So it's a matter of just making sure that you're well positioned at that time, even if you're not in a deal category, and little things matter. Strike through pricing, limited time deal badges, coupons, things like that. Sometimes it's the most minimal things, just helps you stand out in a crowd. When people are in a hurry, they're shopping for deals on their lunch break and they need to quickly navigate something, try and do that little bit that's going to give you an edge where they're going to click into your item and make a purchase.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Operationally, if you have FBA and FBM SKUs, watch for an uptick of your fulfilled by merchant SKUs. Amazon in the past, for non-Prime members, which it's not a lot, but they do exist.
There's some.
Often they will get served up your FBM SKU in the buy box on Prime Day.
If they're operationally constrained.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to slow down the injection of FBA orders into their system, because that person's not going to get the advantage of 1 or 2 day delivery. So what's the advantage? So just watch for that. If it's a concern, turn your FBM SKUs off on Prime Day.
We're also a big fan of testing things. So I've never been a big fan of Prime exclusive discounts, but if you're going to be putting any discounted pricing out there, I'd love to see some of our clients test doing some items with Prime exclusive discounts and some without, and seeing if the exposure differs. Because I can see Amazon saying we're going to give better exposure to the Prime exclusive discounts because Prime is such a big focus on Prime Day and the surrounding days.
Yeah. Well, they have the spot for those kinds of things, but then organically, how will those things even do that? That's an interesting thing, and probably no exact way to watch for it, but other than looking at your orders and see if there's a difference in them.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'll leave you with this too. One of the biggest things that helped me last year was just changing my Amazon Prime password so that your spouse can't go just barrage orders on Amazon Day. That's a big help. That's a nugget for you guys out there. That's a freebie. Okay.
Wise man.
Yeah, absolutely. I made that statement about getting ready for Prime Day as far as 30 days out. I happen to live in the Seattle area, and right near one of our secondary ports, the Port of Everett. I live 2 miles from it. The other day, I literally took a video driving. It was about a mile-long train of containers that all said Amazon
Incredible.
on that. It was
Unreal.
it was amazing. It wasn't moving at that point, but it was double stacked on top of that, 40-foot containers.
Wow. Okay, with that, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate you guys hanging on a little late with us. As always, if you didn't get something answered, you have a question, feel free to shoot me a note. My email address is steve@primeguidance.com, and Claudia's going to put our information up to contact us here in just a moment. And again, we do this every month, so love to have you join us every time we do this, and feel free to reach out if there's any topics you want to make sure we cover as well.